So guys, the critic is in the Demerara River, and this is actually at the mouth of the Demerara River. And you know, recently a lot's been said about local content and you know, the effects on local content on Guyanese. Now that is the Marriott there. That's the Marriott Hotel just out there. That's the Marriott. And this here is the Atlantic Ocean. This here is a massive drudge that is here to drudge the Demerara River to be able to facilitate large vessels coming in. So let me carry you close and you get a first-hand look at this operation. So why? Now this operation here, the shore base is being built here. This is Reedy Hoop. That over there is Kingston and Stabrook, right? You see the Marriott is over there. This is one of the biggest drudges in the Caribbean at this time, right? This is a drudge. And what this is here to do is to drudge out the Demerara River to facilitate in large vessels coming in, mainly for the building of the shore base that is going here, right? And there's a lot going on here. I gotta carry you close and show you what's going on for you to get an idea and to be able to educate you, right? So let me carry you and show you. And as you guys know, I would have been on this vessel and would have had some understanding of how it works. So just for you to get a look at it, at the front here, this piece you're seeing here, that goes down into the water. That becomes submerged, and at the straight of the head, there is a let me see if they got any on the side of the boat. They got some of them on the side. There is a kind of something with a lot of teeth on it, right? That goes in right there. It's right inside there. I can try to get a pass underneath and see if you could get a closer look at it, right? But this vessel, now let me educate you on the vessel and what it does, how it works, right? Because I was on this vessel recently and my life was cut short. So the vessel's name is Zenghi. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that properly. But these tall pillars here, of which weigh, each one of them weigh 200 tons. Just to give you an idea of what kind of vessel you're dealing with here, right? This vessel creates more power than our Reedy Hoop power station. This here, now that's a crane that goes from the front to the back of the vessel to help in moving stuff, right? And what you're witnessing here, the stuff that is dredged from the vessel runs along this pipeline here. You see this here? Runs along this is a pipeline. It comes out from the back of the vessel, runs along the pipeline, and is dumped elsewhere. Because remember, if you're drudging here to dig the Demerara River, you want to make the Demerara River more deep, you got to find some way to throw the stuff. So what this yellow and orange stuff, that things that you're seeing here are like floats that allows the pipes to float in the water. But there's a lot of power coming through these pipes, right? This is the back of the vessel. And you see the vessel has, this is what anchors the vessel, right? So I'm gonna go around and give you guys a first-hand look. Again, just to give you a gauge of where we are just outside of the Reedy Hoop, where three local companies have come together. The Alfonsos, the Mohammeds, and the buyers have come together and formed a company, one of the first large companies that are benefiting from the oil and gas sector as a result of local content. So you're looking at all this and you're trying to figure out what's going on. If it weren't for the local content legislation and now laws, this would have been a Trinidadian company doing this operation here. This would have been an American company doing this operation here. It so happens that this is all you're seeing here, all this magnificent project. 3 local businessmen, 3 local companies have come together. The Mohammeds, the Alfonsos, and the buyers, right? And they have set this up. Now let me get a little gauge of what's going on so you can get the idea. This is just a massive vessel, right? So this is the Atlantic Ocean. And what this vessel is doing is digging the Demerara River deep enough. So you see where the water coming out from the top there? That is where that comes down into the water and starts to suck up mud, running through them pipelines that you're seeing there. Let me give you a quick peek. The water pulling hard here, right? So watch. So they were working earlier today, you see? So that goes into the water and it worms its way into the ground and dig the ground and pass it through the pipelines and carry it and dump it elsewhere. The whole operation you're seeing there goes into the water. You understand? This operation comes down and goes into the water. This thing that you're seeing here will go into the water and it spins. An electric motor pushes it and it spins, and you see dirt is on it there. You see dirt is on it? Look at it. So that goes down into the water. This whole thing that you see in here submerges into the water. It comes down, goes into the water, and it starts spinning, sucks the material up and sends it through these lines. So let me follow the line. One. Huh? Oh, yeah. So it follows the line. Let me just show you what's going on. This is the other side of the vessel. And this vessel is assisted by a number of tugboats. You know, staff are coming on and going off all the time. Right? Just a massive, massive operation here. And all you're seeing here is locals. So, again, let me give you a look. These are tugboats, right? And this is what these 2 pillars that you're seeing here. Look, one is lying there, long way. There's a spare. You see the red and white markings on the top of it. Look, you see the red and white marking. Look, one is long way there. So that's what it looks like. It's like a pencil. It has a point like a pencil. So the stuff that is sucked up at the front, and look, they got a spear. Look, they got a spear right up top there. There's the thing what does the eating into the ground, right? So the stuff goes along this pipeline. And for those of you who've just tuned in, the Guyanese Critic is coming to you from the junction of the Demerara River and the Atlantic Ocean. So I'm going to give you a look at the pipeline. Look at the length of this pipeline. So all here that I am right now, in a few years, will be concrete, will be a shore base. massive vessels that never had the opportunity to come to Guyana before will be landing here. You, my Guyanese brothers and sisters, are going to be here working, unloading, offloading containers. Right? So you see what's going on here? This is, a matter of fact, the mouth of the Demerara River, but more the Atlantic Ocean. So let me give you. So you see the boat, the drudging vessel is there, and I'm going along the pipeline like if I were to inspect it. So this orange, the orange material is a kind of buoy. It's a float, as a matter of fact, that keeps what you see in the rusty pipe you're seeing in between there. It can't shine because remember, this is salt water, right? So there you're seeing there is the pipe that leads away the material that is dug up from the bottom of the Demerara River. And the drudging area is 300 feet in width by some estimated 20 miles out into the Atlantic Ocean. And the drudging operation has just started. I'm hoping I might be able to show you the drudging operation, so stay tuned. In the meantime, let me just carry you down the line and show you how the pipe, how it runs out. This is, my Guyanese brothers and sisters, the Atlantic Ocean. Why I'm sharing this experience with you? Everything in the oil and gas sector, before local content, policies and laws, I got my crew with me. I got Depot, I got all the boys there with me. So don't worry, it's not me alone in the Atlantic Ocean. So everything as it relates so far to the oil and gas sector has been foreigners, expats, because of their experience. Don't get me wrong, we very much need them. The company that is doing this drudging is a foreign company because we don't have the experience. This company come all the way from Europe to do this job, right? So we don't have the expertise. But as a result of local content, now we're gonna have the largest shore-based facility in the Caribbean. In the Caribbean. And you want to know what is the surprise? What's surprising about that? Other than it's creating massive jobs for Guyanese. Well, I can tell you the interesting thing about that is the fact that Guyanese own this facility. This facility is Guyanese owned. So I'm taking you all the way down to the end of the pipeline for you to get a look. All the time you're riding, right? My body as is a part of one of the companies that are part of a conglomerate that have come together, all local business people who have been around in this country doing business for as long as you could remember. The Alfonsos, very old business people. The buyers, we talk about National Hardware, right? Very old business people. And the Alfonsos, y'all remember Pomeroon, coconut oil, all those things, right? So them guys adding on pipes here and everything. If you notice, them guys got on helmet, everything as it relates to the oil and gas sector is about safety. Everything. So it seems that we got some. Okay. So this looks like the head of the pipe. And them guys doing some joining, something being joined here. This is the head of the pipe. Now, just to give you a gauge of where this is, let me back up and show you the distance we are where the pipe, the end of the pipe is from the actual work area, from the actual drudge. So the drudge is all the way back that way. And let me put it in the right context, right? So this is the end of the pipe, and that's where the drudge is, all the way back that way. What happened? Good? Okay. Yeah. So I want to go closer to give you guys a real gauge. How we're going on. Let's see if Depot, if I cross the rope, I can damage anything at the back of the bike? Go wrong front up. Alright, I want to see what they're doing there. I think I could come from right here, don't worry. Good? So, is this the end? Are we joining more pipe? This is the end of the pipe right now? Okay. So if you notice, them guys putting on. Alright, we got back up here. So, them guys study with safety. So where you're seeing that, you see there is a coning of the pipe at the end, and that is to have the material shoot out from the top there. Them guys putting on, and this is the end of the pipe. So the guys ask us to back up because the wire there is on tension. If that bursts, somebody's gone dead. Let me go. This is so beautiful out here. While they're doing serious work, they lime it. So, for those of you who've just tuned into the Guyanese Critic Live, the importance of what I'm showing you is understanding how Guyana benefits from the oil and gas. And you're hearing a lot about it. And I can tell you, I can't sit here and say that it's perfect, right? I can't say it's perfect. But things are happening in Guyana that never happened before. That's the first thing. I'm studying jobs. I'm studying those who boat. I'm studying how them man eat. Who feeding them. I studying which gas station they're buying fuel from. You understand? I'm studying how much jobs these men, how much police men are going to take on in this operation. Right? Things are happening in Guyana that never happened before. We're moving in the direction with farming, we're moving in the direction with mining, we're moving in a number of directions. But there is also operations going on. Now you imagine a shore-based facility is going to be built here. This is really who. So the shore base is going to be built here. Out into all here going to be shore base. This is about a mile away from the edge there. Let me go and ask what's the distance of this? You got any idea? This thing coming out here, right? You got any idea where part out here gonna be stopping? All here gonna be Concrete, right? All hey, massive. So we then are an estimated a mile out. Now this shore-based facility, and it's going back that way, it's going up the river, right? What we there a mile out here, Deepo? About a mile?
More than a mile.
A little more than a mile. So all of here is going to be concrete. This is going to be a shore-based facility. Now when you put it into context, a mile out, couple miles up the west coast, and you check all the wharfs that is along the Demerara River, automatically in a number of years, just a short period of time, we build back the whole John Finance and all the wharfs that are out there on the Demerara River, right here. You understand? Guyanese owned. Local content made that possible. And that is why we have to protect our local content laws and ensure that our local content laws continue to reform itself and develop itself in a manner that Guyanese benefit all the time. Now, I put it into the context again for you. Now, where I am here, I am a mile out. So there's the Demerara River there, right? The corner, there's the mouth of the Demerara River, and there's the other edge, right? This cross we're seeing here, this right across here, is the Demerara River, right? All right. So all along there, you got wharfs where ships come. You got John Finance. You got Stabrook where it's go across by Verde Hoop. You got the sugar bulk where rice does come out from. Now plenty wharfs. You got La Parcon. Now to put the magnitude of this facility in place for you, them place that is couple 100 feet in width, and then it brought about what? When you go in GNBS and all them place now, you ever see the size of the yard? We are talking about a facility that is going to be a mile and a half in width and miles long. It's going a good way up the west coast. So maybe Metamirzar or Metamirzar. I can't remember. I want to be correct, right? So that's what you're seeing here, right? Massive facility, all Guyanese own. You understand? All Guyanese own. Something that you could be proud of, and local content has made that possible. If it wasn't for local content, I'm telling you, this would have been a Trinidadian operation or some foreign company operation. As a result of local content, we're taking back control. Things that we missed in the oil contract. And let's not act like if it wasn't a disaster. Yes, the signing of the oil contract was a disaster. We fudged up terribly. But how do we recover? How do we get back? Well, you're looking at how you get back. Through local content policy, through local content legislation, we have been able now to see a massive operation, shore base being built, the biggest in the Caribbean. The dredging operation is going to be digging 300 feet in width, because to get materials and so on to set up this operation here, you gotta get large ships, really large ships, right? So let me carry all back again and show you. Carry you back to the vessel itself to give you an idea of the magnitude of this operation. I would be fooling myself. I'm no expert in the oil and gas sector, but nobody today, everybody has agreed that we received a lopsided contract. I am going to talk today because I just feeling good about where we are or where we're going, and the importance in protecting Guyanese businesses, ensuring that we play a major role in whatever happened in our country. So I carry on. Try to balance myself. Remember doing this with one hand. That's how I'm going, eh? There's one hand I doing this with, buddy. What? Yeah. So we gotta ensure that we get a fair share. That's all I'm interested in. A fair share for Guyanese, and as a result of local content that needs to be taken seriously. We get this Rams logistics discussion going on. Yes, sir. And if it wasn't for local content, this thing happening, this here is 100% Guyanese owned. This shore-based facility here, 100. This whole piece of place here, all right there, gonna be concrete. Massive ships are gonna be coming here. This dredging operation, and I wish I could have seen, you know, I could have get to see it and show you. But when it starts up, I'll be coming and giving you guys a first-hand view. You know how we roll. I make sure you see it. Right? This is just a really magnificent piece of equipment. So what they gotta do, they gotta dig a channel 300 feet wide and a number of miles. I'm hearing an estimated 20 miles out into the Atlantic Ocean. But Bana is saying there's a lot. That's a lot. You understand? That's a real lot. So let me show you this operation here again. So this dredging operation, and again for those of you who just tuned in, this is the dredging operation, the largest of its kind in the Caribbean. Right? And there's a pipe leading at the back of it, and that is like a waste pipe that leads all the way back to that other vessel there. The end of the pipe, that the waste that is dredged up from the bottom of the Demerara River and by extension the Atlantic Ocean is going to end up in that direction. That comes from here, wherever this is dredging. And I'll go in, I'll come back again and show you this in more detail at another time, because I really want to show you it's in operation when it's working. I know the children are going to love this. You know, a lot of Guyanese, you know, until the Guyanese Critic Live, have never had certain experiences. Because, you know, if you ask people who are in a certain field, let's say, you know, reporters and journalists, they just ain't got the capability to do this. You know, they just ain't got the capability, or have worked on accessing the resource, right, to make these kind of jobs. It ain't nothing easy. You can't, you know, you gotta come out here with a boat, and you gotta get ideas of what's going on. You gotta understand the context of what's going on here. It's a lot. So until the guy, and here, you see what's going on here? The water pulling really hard here. So let me show you. This thing is as high as a 4-story building, right? And the ocean whipping up right now, so I want to show you. I'll show you this from the bottom, and this comes down, this area, the dredge comes down, goes into the river, into what you call the river bed, and that, them T2 you're seeing up there, right, this whole operation here, this whole thing here goes down into the water. So them T2 you're seeing up there spins, right? This whole operation goes down into, submerges into the water, and this dredge moves from side to side, digging, right? Again, the purpose here is to dig a channel to facilitate large ships that were never able to come to Guyana before. Now, shipping for Guyana is going to be different. It's going to be revolutionized because of the fact that you now are not having to have multiple small ships. Big ships that were never able to come here before are going to be able to come here and dock. You understand? This operation will be servicing, fully owned Guyanese operation, will be servicing the oil and gas sector and others, because look at the size of it alone. The biggest of its kind in the Caribbean, and I'm proud to say all Guyanese owned. The first stage at $300 million is started. This is what this drudge is here doing. It's since commenced, and I'm hoping to be able to show you guys how it works when it is, and it operated already for the day. Because when I went on this vessel, they didn't have any mud on that head there. There were no mud there. So it has already started operating, digging, drudging the Demerara River, right? So I'm hoping when it is operational, I can come and show you it in operation. Taking into consideration, this could be very dangerous, what I'm doing. This is not something you want everybody just go in and do, right? Take your time. Safety, always safety first. But, you know, I make the effort, the special effort to ensure Guyanese understands what's going on, and we bring it to you live and direct, right? It's not edited. It's live and direct, raw in its rawest form from the realest thing coming out of Guyana. Thank you guys for tuning in.